This is your complete guide to mastering combat in Fae Farm. We're going to go through all the things you'll need to take with you into the dungeons, and then I'm going to give you some tips to make combat so much easier. Please be aware I'll be showing footage from all 3 dungeons, so if you don't want them spoiled you might want to skip this video. I'll timestamp everything so if something isn't relevant to you, you can skip ahead. Before we go into all that, I want to show you something I only found out recently. The cosy furniture you place in your house increases your health, energy and mana bars. Each cosy furniture item has a symbol showing which bar will be increased if you've placed the item in your home. Be aware though that if you change your main home to an unfurnished house, your bars will go back to how they originally were, because they are influenced by your main house only. So if you want more energy, health and mana to get you through the mines, get decorating. Before you even enter a dungeon, the most important thing is to be prepared. The first thing you'll need is food. You're going to be collecting a lot of resources and using a lot of energy, so it's best to take a lot of food. I try and stick to one food type, so it's using minimal slots in my inventory, and my preferred food to take is wild salad. Wild salad is made entirely from foraged items, and you'll need the food prep station and the cooking hearth to make it. If you don't have those yet, you can cook many foraged items on your cooking fire, including mussels, arugula and mushrooms. They'll keep you going at first, but later in the game you'll need something that gives you a lot more energy. That's why I make wild salad. All you have to do is gather berries and greens from around the world, use the prep station to turn them into mixed berries and fresh greens, then use the cooking hearth to turn those into wild salad. You can quickly gather the ingredients to craft a bunch of these salads and keep a supply in your inventory. Next up, you'll need some potions. The first potion you'll probably need is a healing potion, and you have to buy it from Vera because you can't craft potions until you've unlocked the Fae Realm. Once you've unlocked the Fae Realm, you'll need to make the potion ingredients station and the potion brewing cauldron. You'll need these to craft important potions to enter the 2nd and 3rd dungeon, and you won't be able to buy them from Vera. Okay, so let's look at what you'll need to craft the most important potions. I won't go through the ingredients for every potion, as that would be a long video, but I'll tell you how to make the most essential ones. Potions are made from items that are crafted using critters that are found in various parts of the world. Firstly, healing potion. You'll need frog sweat and nectar. To get them, catch any frogs and toads from the main world, and any of these cute little crab-looking guys from the Fae Realm. Pop them into your critter conservatories and they'll produce frog sweat and nectar. Then you can craft the potion at the potion brewing cauldron. Other potentially useful potions are mana potions to replenish your mana, and gone potions which make you invisible. Using the gone potion will turn you invisible for a short time, so you can mine resources without being attacked by enemies. But bear in mind, if you attack an enemy while invisible, the gone potion will immediately expire. You can craft the mana and gone potions, or you can buy them from Vera. That's all the potions you might need to get through the first dungeon, but to get into the other 2 dungeons you'll need special potions. To get into the floating ruins you'll need Fair Breath Potion. Fair Breath Potion is crafted from steel cut clover and blobgobs. Head over to the Fae Realm and catch these little blobby looking guys called bloblins. While you're there, harvest a whole bunch of clover feed. Put the bloblins in the Fae Critter Conservatory to get blobgobs, and use the potion ingredients station to turn the clover feed into steel cut clover. Now you can craft the potion at the potion brewing cauldron. To get into the 3rd dungeon you'll need Fireproof Potion. For this you'll need Frost Fuzz and Snowflakes. In the Frozen Plateau harvest plenty of Frost Thistle, and catch various critters including snow crabs, frost roots and more. Put the critters into the Mountain Critter Conservatory to get snowflakes, and use the potion ingredients station to turn the Frost Thistle into Frost Fuzz. Once again, you can then craft the potion at the potion brewing cauldron. Okay, so we've got food and we've got potions, but there's one more thing we need: seals. Each dungeon has its own way to manually open the door on each floor. But to get the most out of your dungeon visits, it's best to seal the floors so you can quickly teleport between them. To do this, you'll need to make seals and place them in these pedestals. And you'll have to seal every floor in order. So for example, if you have sealed floors 1 to 3, but not floor 4, you won't be able to seal floor 5 until you've sealed floor 4 first. However, to craft the seals, you'll need to get resources from inside the mines. Once you've visited a floor, your dungeon tracker will tell you what seal you need for that floor. But if you want to get it all done as quickly as possible, I've created a cheat sheet for each mine, so you'll know what resources to gather to make each seal. You'll find links to these in the description, or you can screenshot them here. Each mine has 25 floors, and every 4 floors the seal you need to use changes, so for each dungeon you'll have to make 6 different seals, 4 of each. The last floor doesn't need to be sealed. The seals use the resources you find in each dungeon. For example, the seals in the Saltwater mines use copper, rough citrine, rough peridot, iron, rough aquamarine and rough topaz. To seal the lower floors, you'll need to mine resources from those lower floors. As well as gathering everything you need, I think it's really important to prepare for a dungeon by knowing exactly what you're looking for. For example, when you first enter a dungeon, your main focus will probably be on gathering resources to make the seals. Remember, there's no rush and no limit to how many times you can visit each dungeon. I found the easiest way to gather resources for seals was to focus on one type of seal at a time. For example, the first floor 4s of Saltwater mines, you'll need to craft 4 copper seals. Each copper seal needs 4 copper ore, so you'll need a total of 16 copper ore just for those first 4 seals. You can use the cheat sheet to help you figure out what resources you'll need for each seal. So we've covered what you'll need to take with you, now it's time for some tips on the actual combat. My biggest tip is don't try to use a 3-hit combo. The 3rd hit comes in too slow and you're likely to be attacked because you won't be able to move out of the way in time. It's unfortunate that we aren't able to dodge or defend ourselves from attacks in Fae Farm, so the only way to avoid taking damage is to move out of the way before you get hit. This means you need to know when an attack is coming. Fortunately, when a jumble moves to attack you, you'll see a specific animation, and you'll also see an area showing you where you'll take damage if you don't move away. Let's look at the infamous angel statues in the floating ruins as an example. These enemies attack by levitating and then crashing down upon you, but when they rise into the air you'll see a circle on the ground indicating where their hit will deliver damage. Move to anywhere outside that circle and the attack will miss. If you use a 3-hit combo and the jumble moves to attack you, they'll hit you before your 3rd hit lands and you won't be able to move out of the way. Instead, try a 2-hit combo, and if the jumble has moved to attack you, you'll have time to move out of the way before the hit lands. Another top tip is to use the stairs. In the 2nd and 3rd dungeons, where combat gets particularly difficult, each floor has several sets of stairs. Enemies will follow you to the bottom of the staircase, but they can't move up the stairs. When an enemy comes for you, go to the nearest set of stairs and wait for the jumbles to get to the foot of the staircase. Deliver a 2-hit combo and then retreat up the stairs. If you time it right, their attacks should miss. Keep doing this until you've defeated them. This method allows you to attack multiple jumbles at once for maximum efficiency. Be aware though that some enemies, such as the angel statues, regenerate their health, so don't leave it too long before attacking them again. Once you've cleared the area you're in of jumbles, you'll be free to mine resources in that area without being attacked. In the Saltwater mines, I found the best method was to defeat all the jumbles on the floor before starting to mine resources. However, in the other dungeons you can do this area by area. The 3rd dungeon, the Scorched Caverns, is where things get really tricky. Here there are extra dangers to contend with. Some areas of the floor have these hexagonal tiles that can fall, so you need to move over these areas quickly. This may also leave gaps that you'll have to double jump to get over. Although falling off the floors in the 2nd and 3rd dungeons will only send you back to the start of the floor you're on, you will lose some health. Many thanks to the people who pointed that out in the comments of my 45 Fae Farm tips in under 8 minutes video. Another additional danger in the Scorched Caverns is that some enemies shoot flames when they attack, and those flames have a further reach than the rest of their attack. You can see markers in the animation showing you which directions the flames will be shot. I'm going to be completely honest, I really struggled with this dungeon and found it took a lot more visits to get to the bottom than in the other dungeons. It's also harder to gather the resources for the seals because of the additional dangers. On top of this, I definitely found the floors harder to navigate than the floating ruins. So a few additional tips specially for the Scorched Caverns. To open a door, you need to find this blue flamey thing. You'll then need to carry it to a special holder which is not next to the exit door. To find the blue flame, you'll need to mine until it appears. Pick it up and follow the symbol showing you the direction of the holder. To make matters worse, you have a time limit. Touch these little pedestals to add more time. It's worth trying to remember where these pedestals are to make things easier. Once you've sealed a floor, if you don't need to mine resources from that floor, my advice is to simply walk past the enemies and head straight for the door. Only fight enemies you need to fight in order to farm resources. Be ready to jump as needed, as sometimes the enemies may block your way. As I said at the start of this video, placing cosy furniture in your home will increase your health, energy and mana bars. This is something I highly recommend doing before you tackle the Scorched Caverns. Also, for this dungeon especially, gone potions are your friend. It can feel like you have a whole horde of enemies attacking you in some areas, and they'll deliver a large amount of damage quickly. I recommend taking a gone potion whenever you see a large number of enemies in one area. It really makes the dungeon a lot less frustrating. That's all I have for you today. If you have any more questions, or if you have any combat tips I missed, please add them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a like and subscribe as it really helps me grow the channel. I'll see you again soon with more Fae Farm and other cozy games. Thanks for watching!